Stella, get up here. What is all over your feet? Can y'all see the mud on her feet? You'll have to have a bath before you can come in the house. Okay, don't know if you can see my head or not, but we have a coyote that has moved into the area on the farm. And he, so far to date, he hadn't killed anything. But every night, right at dark, or every evening right at dark, he literally comes up to the fence, and thank goodness that we've got Yeti and Sophie, because they're throwing a block on him like you would not believe. And you know, Yeti's still not but 8 or 9 months old. He's still young, but he is vicious when it comes to those predatory animals trying to get in the fence. So Yeti man is definitely doing his job. One thing that I noticed that Sophie started doing, and it's pretty amazing, I finally figured out why she's doing it. Sophie has decided to start climbing on top of the hay ring and laying on top of the hay. And I asked Catherine, I said, why is Sophie doing that? Sophie is getting her a vantage point so she can watch the fence. So from up here, so instead of laying on the ground, Sophie has got up about 4 or 5 foot off of the ground, so she's got a better field of view of the outside of the fence, and she can see that rascal when he comes up here trying to get in the fence. So she alerts, and then Yeti just goes crazy, and they've run him off. They've consistently run him off for several nights in a row, but we're going to have to do something. I thought, and Catherine and I have been talking, and we've come outside and screamed and blown horns, and we've tried to run him off, and it's working pretty good. But I'm afraid that if he comes up on the chicken pen side or the chicken house side of the barn, the dogs are not going to be able to see him. So Catherine and I have decided that we're going to build a platform for the dogs to get on in the pasture, for Yeti man to get on, to give him a vantage point and be able to watch this fence at nighttime. So they can lay on the hay ring, but it's on the other side of the barn. If we put a platform on the front side of the pasture where he can see behind the chicken house, then they can keep that coyote out of this chicken yard. So let me show you what it's going to look like, and we're going to start rounding up some material and try to build this thing. So what we want to do, and what we've talked about doing, is setting some 4x4s in the ground. We're going to make us 4 4x4s in the ground, and we're going to make this thing be about 5 foot tall. So this will be a 4x4, another 4x4 over here, and some big 4x4s over here, and we're going to put them in the ground. About 4 or 5 foot up, we're going to build a base for the dogs to be able to lay on top of. And we're going to build a walk-on ramp for the dogs to get up on the ramp. So we'll put some little runners up here from the step on to get up here. So now, y'all didn't know I was an artist, did you? So now Yeti man can stand up on his platform, or Sophie can stand up on the platform, and they can get a better field of view to be able to get him out of here and watch the backside of the chicken pen before he has an opportunity to come in and start harming our livestock. So this is the next project that we're working on, and we're going to name this project the platform. The coyote has got to go. So if we build the dogs a platform, they can get him out of here. All right, let's go hunt some stuff up. And we got some other stuff in the video that I want to show you. But let's go look some stuff up and start trying to find enough material to build us a platform. Stella, where did you go? All right, we got the lid back in, got power back on it. Let's take the pot and wash the pot and see if we can get that thing to come clean. process. But we got this thing soaked up, and it's coming. Don't need y'all to see. You have to put soap on. All right. So that's what it looks like before we put any oil on it. Getting it dried up, and then we're gonna oil her down. Right now, it come pretty clean. It had a whole lot of coating on it. It come pretty clean. It's got a little discoloration, but it's not nasty anymore. All right, here's the lid. That thing's almost big as that table. So let me spray it down, and we're gonna try to clean it. Let's spray it off first and see what happens. Some of that spray foam stuff on it. All right. Let's get this thing flipped over and washed off, and let me clean it up and see what it looks like. All right. We got it in and got it oiled down. We're gonna let this thing cook for about an hour. I tried to put the lid in here at the same time. It's got a little discoloration, but it don't go all the way through. I scrubbed it. That's all that will come off. We're about to cook her. I've got the lid over here. They both won't fit in the barbecue grill at the same time. That's the pizza oven. Can y'all see how big that doggone lid is? That thing is a monster, but it comes very clean. So we're going to leave it out here till we get through with the skillet. I mean, with the Dutch oven, and then we're gonna put the lid in. Hey, do y'all know what that is? That's the old hammered skillet. Y'all know that's my favorite skillet. I love that hammered skillet. Okay, Campfire crew, since I've got you, I want to show you a few things about this time of the year. Oh yeah, while I've got you, y'all hit that subscribe button for me if you're not subscribed to the channel. Again, I said it a few weeks ago, analytics show that there's only a small portion of people that watch the videos that are actually subscribed to the channel. So y'all hit that subscribe button and y'all help me and Stella out. Now, enough about that. It's the time of the year again where for us it's tornado season, or it's bad weather season in the state of Alabama. And y'all know I'm big on being prepared for a storm. So, and I know we all prepare in different ways, and that's okay too. There's small things that you can do to really help yourself be prepared. Always make sure, first of all, that you've got some water put up. If you've got water put up, half your battle's over with. Also, I've got a couple of items that I want to show you that are just extraordinary. And I don't get paid from these companies. I don't want you to ever think that. But I want to show you something that works really well. Y'all know how you can go buy hand warmers. Hand warmers or big body warmers or whatever you want to get. Y'all, everybody's used these and saw them before. They're just real expensive. Did you know they make something that runs off of a battery that's equivalent to a hand warmer and producing heat? Except they probably last longer. And it's one of these little devices right here. It's called a rechargeable hand warmer, and it's made by Ozark Trail, and you buy them at Walmart. So the things ain't but like $12 or $13 a piece, except they're rechargeable. And they'll run for hours and hours and hours and hours. They're great for being able to keep your hands warm if it's cold. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Tony, summertime's coming or springtime's coming, and I really don't need it. So here is where it comes that it benefits you to buy a hand warmer, electronic hand warmer, compared to this type hand warmer. Because when you get through with these, you got to throw them away, and then you got to dispose of them and all that good stuff. But with this hand warmer, I can recharge it. So it has a C port on this side. It has a C that I can literally plug a charger back into and charge it back up. So here's a picture of the back side, and here's a picture of the front side. While I'm up here, this is why we buy hand warmers like this instead of hand warmers like that. First of all, in the long run, it's a lot cheaper to buy this. I know the initial cost, paying $12, $13 for something like this, is a little bit of money, But this thing comes with benefits. So not only is it cheaper than buying the old hand warmers in the long run, this thing will last for hours and hours and hours, but it has one more thing going for it that is just great. This thing has a USB port on the side of it. And this is why we buy stuff like this. If we see electronic equipment like this, we always get one that has a USB port. So on the side, can y'all see the little USB port on the side? That USB port's not just a USB port, but it's a USB port that I can charge my phone with if the lights are out. So, y'all know Old Faithful that plugs into the wall, and then you got your end that plugs into your phone. I can take that same USB cord, unplug it out of my block if the lights are off, and it's that time of year. If the lights are off, and I can plug my USB cord directly into this hand warmer and use this thing to charge my cell phone with. It is crazy how this kind of stuff works. So for several hours, I can charge my phone if the lights are out. So I know that we could go out to the car or the truck or whatever and plug your phone up, but why go outside if you've already got a hand warmer inside the house that I can just plug that thing in? So you keep your hand warmers charged, and I can always use that thing as a charging device for my cell phone. These things are hard to beat. And also, it's got a little flashlight on the front. So I've got a flashlight, I've got a cell phone charger, and I have a hand warmer that I can use all for the same thing. Not only do I have the little hand warmer, but I also bought a light not too long ago to use at the fish camp for fishing. And I want to show you something about it. On the back side of this light, and this is like a 4,000 lumen light. It's a big light, and I paid a little more for it than I wanted to. It hurts. Y'all know I'm cheap, and I hate spending money. But on the back side of this thing, well, beside the power button, it also has a little cover. And if I get the little cover open, it's got a C and a USB in the back side of this light. Now here's Tony Ray. He's gonna buy something with a USB on it. If I can buy a light with a USB, I don't need another light. I can plug my cell phone charger cord into the back side of my light that I use at the fish camp. So now the 4,000 lumen light just become another way for me to charge my cell phone if the lights are off. So I just want to show you these two devices, or these two things, and tell you that this is the kind of stuff that you need to be getting. If you're trying to prepare and get a few things up for bad weather, there's supposed to be bad weather come through the state of Alabama this evening and tomorrow. So Catherine and myself, we always try to get some stuff that we can use it for multiple purposes instead of just one. So this is not just a light. This is a cell phone charger as well. This is not just hand warmers, but it's a cell phone charger too. It's got a flashlight that I still hadn't figured out how to cut off yet. You have to hold it down, I think. And you have to push it 2 times fast, and the light goes off. So these devices have multiple purposes, and they're not real expensive to be able to use. So for today, this is where we're gonna stop at, is ways to charge your cell phones with devices that you can buy that are multi-purpose devices. In the next video, we're going to build the platform for the dogs to watch for that coyote. And also, we're going to talk about stoves, and we're going to talk about purposes that we can use candles for. And I know I make a video like this every year, but I care about you. I don't want you to be in a position that you can't keep your cell phone charged in case the lights go out, in case you have to call in an emergency. These two devices, or any device like this that has a USB port on it, you can use that USB port to charge your cell phone with. A lot of people don't know that. I just want to point those things out. I know a lot of folks that's got these, they just didn't know you could charge your cell phone with it. So if it has a USB port, it will put out 5 volts DC, which is required to charge your cell phone. All right, let's move on to the next project, and I hope y'all enjoyed this portion. Hey, we got a great video today. We didn't get to make a video last week, but we're back on track, and we're gonna make a video. So yesterday I washed my truck, and I realized how dingy and bad that these headlights look. So I went to Walmart and we were looking for, because you can go to automotive and find something that resurfaces these headlights. And there was a guy in there that was a mechanic. And he said, you know, that stuff you buy is 25 bucks. He said, I've cleaned a whole lot of headlights with a piece of 3000 grit sandpaper, which almost don't feel like sandpaper. It almost feels smooth like cardboard, and some purple power. Now, I don't know anything about either one of them, but the guy was very adamant about this is a great way to clean your headlights, so I want to give it a try. If it don't work, then we've got some purple power and a piece of sandpaper that we can use for something else. But we can have an opportunity to see if it'll work on these old headlights. So I want to do one on camera, and if it works, great. If it don't work, then I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna tell you the truth about what happened. So according to him, all you have to do is make sure it's clean, and we washed it yesterday. Spray a little bit of purple power on it, get it wet, and he said immediately you can see brown stuff run off, and I do. I see stuff running off of it. And then we're gonna sand it. So I'm gonna fold this thing up so I don't waste the whole piece of sandpaper at one time. And he said you only have to do it for a minute or so. Right this minute, I think it looks worse than it did. All right, let's wipe it off, see what it looks like. We may have to do it again, because right this minute it don't look no better. Well, you know what? It's definitely better than it was, isn't it? Definitely better than it was. So I want you to see that one. And then you can see how cloudy the one on the other side is. So, I'm not mad at the process. It looks like it works, don't it? So let's clean the other one, and then we'll get a look at it. All right, it's not crystal clear, but it's definitely better than it was. So compared to the other one, it's in a whole lot better shape it is. So I may just wait a little while, make sure it's good and dry, and I may try it again. Catherine, what do you think about how much better this headlight looks than the other headlight?
That does look good.
Well, the farm truck needed some headlight repair done on it.
It did.
Needed a good bath.
This.
I know. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but it looks a lot better than it did. It's better than it was before I started. This was the worst of the two.
Oh, well, at least you can see the headlights in there now.
That's right. At least you can see the headlights. And it wasn't but just a few dollars to buy a piece of 3000 grit sandpaper and some purple power cleaner. So we're gonna let it sit for a little bit, and we're gonna do it again and see if it gets better every time we do it.
Will it take this oxidation out?
I think that's just where the paint's burnt up. So we're gonna do the other headlight. We may get Catherine to help us do the other headlight, and we're gonna see if we can at least make both of them be to where you can see out of them. And a little bit of buffing may also help. Catherine, do you want to help with the other one? That's not real bad. The one on this side, the one on this side has a lot of oxidation on the inside, so we're not gonna be able to get it out. But look how much better those things look. It may not be the perfect fix, but it's definitely a whole lot better than it was. All right, let's get back to the video. Okay, Campfire crew, that's gonna be it for the video. There's a lot of stuff going on. This video was busy, but we hadn't made one in 2 weeks, and we wanted to get everything caught up. In the next video, we're going to build the platform. I've already got it laid out and the material to go with it. We're going to build the platform for the dogs to stay on to watch out for those coyotes. So, y'all tune into the next video as well. And as always, life's an adventure. Don't get caught sitting at home. If you do, you should be down here helping me build a platform for the dogs to be able to watch for coyotes from.